potential
That is why it
retaliatory
is so
strikes.
dangerous. Because it can kill you from far away.
Yes, of
Hey guys, it's the Loud Guys. Today we are going to react to the most deadliest weapon that America has. And if America has that weapon, so I think so that would be the most deadliest weapon of the world. So we have to see what that weapon is, because like if there is one thing, because you can say the army is the deadliest or the arsenal that we have is the deadliest, but you are saying that only one weapon is the deadliest. So I think so it might have a power of 2 to 3 tanks. It could kill anyone in its like vision. So I'm very excited to see.
like it could not kill anyone, or but maybe it could, destroy a whole country at once. I think, but we cannot say that what it is. Like it can be a gun or something like that. At first I thought that this video is going to be on USA's deadliest weapons, but then later on I came to know that it is just a weapon which they are going to show us. So let's watch it out. What is its specifications, and like why it is so much deadliest.
And also if it's a weapon, and if it's a bio weapon or a normal weapon, and what it is. So we don't know anything about it. So let's start.
A supergun being trialed by the US military has successfully fired an artillery shell to hit a precise target at a distance of more than 43 miles 70 kilometers away,
Such a precision.
breaking the record for the longest precision-guided cannon shot in history. The Extended Range Cannon Artillery System was tested at a firing range in Arizona. The supergun was developed with the aim of being able to shell enemy positions from a safe distance, well beyond the range of any potential
That is why it
retaliatory
is so
strikes.
dangerous. Because it can kill you from far away.
Yes, of course.
Like you
The
won't even
range
get to
of the
know about
weapon
it.
is equivalent to the distance from the Statue of Liberty in New York to the city of New Brunswick, in New Jersey.
Oh.
The U.S. Army has said that the new piece of heavy artillery will be readied for deployment onto the battlefield by the year 2023.
So like the next year?
Developed by Raytheon, a U.S.-based defense contractor, the Excalibur S is equipped with a GPS system that allows it to accurately course-correct and laser seeker technology that enables it to even hit moving targets. According to the U.S.
Moving
military,
targets, how
a
is it
key
possible?
challenge in the development of the extended-range cannon artillery system has been in ensuring that the shells it fires can survive the intense pressure of their launch without damaging the guidance systems.
That is so good for them, man.
The Army is racing to extend artillery ranges on the battlefield to take away advantages of high-end adversaries
They're
like
still
Russia.
extending it.
When fielded, should be able to fire and take out targets from a position out of the range of enemy systems. The Excalibur cannon takes an M109A7 Paladin integrated management howitzer chassis and replaces the 39 caliber gun tube with a 58 caliber 30-foot one.
Whoa.
Combined with Raytheon-made Excalibur munitions and an XM1113 using supercharged propellant, the Army has been able to dramatically boost artillery ranges.
This looks a lot dangerous. So they
In
can
this
use that in
test,
Ukraine.
the Army took 3 shots. The first shot came up short due to very high headwinds at a high altitude, and the second shot had a hardware failure. But the third
Oh.
shot proved that the service is getting closer to dialing in on the right balance between propellant, projectile design and other factors that play
So there
into
were
achieving
failures
greater
also.
distances.
After those failures, they learned from it. And they made this deadliest
This
weapon.
demonstration is not a
cannot
destination,
be
Colonel
made
Tony
in a single
Gibbs,
shot.
the Army's program manager for Combat Artillery System, told reporters. This is really just a waypoint in our ongoing campaign of learning as we work to really realign U.S. supremacy in cannon artillery. It's definitely a big knowledge point for us today. Each munition fired during Saturday's event had slight design differences to address how best to design and prepare the round to absorb the high pressure and force of being fired at 1,000 meters per second from a gun tube of caliber.
Wow, man. The level of engineering
Seriously.
and the brain that has gone
Today
into
is
this.
really the buildup of about a year and a half of testing and analysis that we've done on the Excalibur projectile in terms of its ability to withstand a harsher environment, Gibbs said. So through a number of tests and analysis, we determined what muzzle velocity is required, what chamber pressures the projectile can withstand, and so all that came together in today's test. We fired it at the right propellant combination to provide the right muzzle velocity to achieve the range.
Wow.
Additionally, the Army demonstrated the Excalibur, as it exists in the inventory now, is survivable with a higher muzzle velocity and pressures to get to 70-kilometer ranges and hit targets directly.
So
In the coming year, we'll
tanks
make a
of
lot of
USA will be
decisions
so
and actually
badass.
start to address them. Snapping the chalk line on a few things. We will snap the chalk line on the propellant. We will snap the chalk line on the projectile design and begin to look towards manufacturability, towards production. The Army will continue its soldier-centered design effort to include ensuring the configurations for the propellant and charge are
look
something
so
the soldiers
massive
can
and
handle
muscular.
and that it doesn't affect the rate of fire. We obviously don't want to give them a configuration that's going to cause them to have to shoot slower. And the configuration of projectiles and propellant also has to be optimally stowed in a howitzer to maximize the number of kills on board.
See, the tank moves with the...
The Army is looking to nail down its design in
The
2021, Gibbs said. The muzzle velocities and
My
pressures
God.
that those munitions see as important in the final design choices they make, but also, for example, the size of the rocket motor, the type of joint holding the rocket motor to the warhead, that ultimately affects the performance in the range that it will get, to include the type of steel that we use affects lethality. You see, there's multiple factors that are in play
Wow.
right now, and as we converge on our designs this year, we'll start to neck down on those choices into our final designs and that we will take into qualification. The Army is pushing to get an urgent material and safety releases to field the AIRCA system in 2023.
This is literally a deadliest weapon of one of the deadliest weapons of USA. Like seriously, it can target a really far target, and it was around 70 kilometers away it can target. And later on they even said that it can even target the moving object, the moving target. Like how is it possible? Once it is released from the tank, then how it can target the moving object? So
with the GPS. So like it will target it with the GPS and then it
yes,
will follow it.
that's what a different thing about it, and actually it is deadly. It's like seriously, we have seen a lot of videos of USA, and we have even seen that why you should not mess with USA, and even they have shown their army strength and defense strength, everything. And now again another thing, their deadliest weapon, and it was the structure of the tank was like a common tank. Like one cannot see and say that it is the most deadliest one, but when you get to know about the specifications of that thing, then you realize that okay, we should stay away from it. But it was an amazing video to have knowledge about this thing.
Yeah, and also the thing is the US is going to US should use it in Ukraine. US should pass it to Ukraine, and Ukraine should use it with Russia because they are in their borders only, and they can use these tanks and these kind of tanks to protect themselves from Russia. But the thing is, we saw that in the video that they said that the artillery is going to launch by 2023, so it will launch by next year. So I think so US can still give it because it is still not launched for the US Army, but they can still give it to help Ukraine in the war. But I think the US is trying to do as much as it can, and it will mainly make sure that Ukraine is safe, as much safe as possible. And but the thing is, the war is still not ending. The Russia and Ukraine war is still going on, which is not very good. And I think so US will be the one that will make sure that this war ends in whatever way possible. They will do it economically or by way of weapons. I think so US will be the one that will make sure this war ends. And as far as this artillery shot was concerned, this was so good. The thing is, it is the most deadliest weapon because you can do it from far away, from 70 kilometers away. You can easily shout down anyone, any artillery that is in front of you. Because for other things, that for even an airplane or a jet, you have to fly over them, and then you have to do that.
Yes.
But with this, you can just stay far away and you can attack any country or any part of that country. So that was very good. So how did you guys find this video? Do let us know in the comment section below. So do like, share, and
Subscribe to our channel.
Bye.
Bye.